The remains of 21-year-old Jessie Wilfong have been found a month after she disappeared. Jessie, who lived in Fredericktown, Missouri, was reported missing by her mother on the 25th of May 2022, after she was reportedly last seen at her Uncle Lawrence Skander's home in Millersville, Missouri, sometime late in the evening on the 19th of May. On the 15th of June, the authorities executed a search warrant of their uncle's home and collected evidence that pointed to foul play. On the 18th of June, the investigators received information that led them to a barn in the area close to Uncle's home that had a recently dug up portion of ground inside of it. An excavation of the site revealed Jessie's remains. An autopsy completed on the 20th of June determined Jessie's death was a homicide. On the 22nd of June 2022, 59-year-old Teresa Baumgartner, who was a resident of the home and girlfriend to Lawrence, was arrested and charged with tampering with evidence after Jessie's remains were discovered. Teresa told investigators that her and Lawrence picked Jessie up at her home in Fredericktown, about 30 miles away on the 19th of May. She said they then brought her back to her home in Millersville. Teresa told investigators that the three of them spent the night sitting around a bonfire at the residence drinking and talking. She said that Jessie asked to be taken back to Fredericktown, but the couple denied her request. Teresa said that Jessie must have left on her own after she fell asleep. The investigators believe that something more sinister happened, and Teresa and Lawrence worked in cahoots to dispose of Jessica's body after her death. Lawrence has not been charged to date. However, the authorities said that the investigation remains ongoing, and additional charges are anticipated against one or more individuals. Lawrence told investigators that he and his niece got into a verbal altercation during the early morning hours of the 19th of May. He claimed that he believed Jessie was going to provide information that implicated him in illegal drug activities to investigators. The investigators also discovered portions of carpet missing from the living room and hallway of the home. A drill-like power tool had been rented out by Teresa on the 24th of May and had been used to dig into the tough soil which was found near the barnyard structure. Teresa is held at the Cape Girardeau jail without bail. 42-year-old Judith Sobel is behind bars after a 3-year-old girl with special medical needs died in her care. The events came to light at around 2:30 a.m. on the 20th of June 2022, when the authorities arrived at a home located at 6209 East Beck Road in Colima, Michigan, to find the parents of a little girl who suffered from several medical issues, trying to resuscitate her. The investigators said that Judith, who was hired as the girl's night nurse, was discovered lying next to the child, incoherent and mumbling. The authorities said that the toddler used a breathing tube, which was found detached from her, tangled in her hair. Judith told the officers that the breathing tube may have become disconnected during her cleaning, and that she believes she passed out before reinserting it. Through an investigation, the officers found out that the registered nurse was supposed to care for the child throughout the night. After the investigation was completed, they determined that Judith was high on meth and shouldn't have been in care of that child. It said that Judith confessed that she was not in the right state of mind to be at work and should have never come to work at all. Police found a container inside Judith's purse, which contained meth and 2 pipes inside. Judith reportedly admitted to shooting up meth consecutively for 4 days prior to coming into care for the little girl. She reportedly got high the same day the toddler died. Judith was arrested and charged with second-degree murder and possession of meth. She's held at the Barron County Jail on a $500,000 bond. 44-year-old Joel Cameron is behind bars a month after holding a 36-year-old homeless woman captive at an abandoned home where he lewdly assaulted her. On the 21st of June 2022, Joel was spotted in the 11,800 block of South Central Avenue in Allsip, Illinois, and was taken into custody. The homeless victim, whose name remains anonymous, said she was walking to a neighborhood store on the 18th of May 2022 when she ran into Joel, whom she was familiar with. She said he had been working as a security guard for a nearby store, and the two had a previous encounter where he paid her for sex at a vacant home. He told her to come here for a minute, when he grabbed her and took her to the abandoned home, located at 11,913 South Eccleston Avenue in Chicago, Illinois. She said she tried to resist, but he overpowered her. The victim said that Joel initially put her into the basement of the home, but then handcuffed her with her arms in front of her body and dragged her to the attic of the home, where he chained her right ankle to the wall and raped her. He then left the home, leaving her alone and restrained overnight. Joel returned the next day and sexually assaulted her again, while she was still handcuffed and chained to the wall. She pleaded for him to stop and let her go, before he left again and abandoned her there. At around 5:45 p.m. on the 21st of May, A man named Antoine Daubin was walking around the intersection of 119th Street and South Eggleston Avenue when he heard the victim banging on the boarded window, screaming for help within the derelict home. Antoine then called 911 and waited for the police to come. Officers arrived with a large set of bolt cutters and entered the residence from the rear door. They then found a woman in the upstairs bedroom handcuffed and chained to the wall. The victim was taken to hospital for evaluation, and she's reportedly doing well. Surveillance video in the area showed James walking in an alley leading to the home at the times the woman said she was assaulted. The woman praised Antoine for finding her. She said her cries went unanswered until Antoine heard her. She said he could have ignored me, but he heard me and helped me. I'm just blessed. I'm truly blessed. Joel has been charged with aggravated kidnapping and aggravated criminal sexual assault. He had a bond hearing on the 22nd of June, but was denied bail. This isn't Joel's first run-in with the law. Joel was convicted of robbery in 1995 and animal neglect in 2006, where he tied a dog to a pole without food, water or shelter. Assistant Public Defender Patrick Shine questioned why nobody heard the woman screaming and banging on the wall for 3 days. He said that Joel is homeless, has no children, works in a packing plant, and has mental health issues.